Welcome back to Bianca Across the Nation. And Mark Mullin, the DHS secretary, is heading to Mexico today for a 2-day visit. His first visit since coming into the role nearly 2 years ago. And obviously, the concern about cartels and violence. Clearly, one of the topics that will be discussed. I'm pleased to bring in right now Border Security Advisor for the Federation for American Immigration Reform and a 20-year veteran of Border Patrol, Art Del Cueto. And he's the former acting DEA administrator and former director of the DEA Special Operations, Derek Maltz. Gentlemen, such a pleasure to see you both. Thanks for joining me here today.
Thank you. It's a pleasure seeing both of you.
Yes. Derek, I'm going to start with you because we know that the border is closed, fentanyl is down. What other topics do you think that Mark Mullin can discuss that obviously Mexico has had long issues with cartels, but with this administration making major advances in just a year, what is the next, I guess, point of what he can accelerate by going face-to-face with the authorities?
Well, for one thing concerning to me with FIFA coming up, right, you have mass graves all over the place, disappearances of people. But as far as this DHS secretary, I'm very proud of the work that they're doing in DHS with shutting down the border. But we still have lots of chemicals coming in from Mexico, and not just fentanyl. That's old news now. We've been talking about that for years. It's all these other substances like cyclochlorophene and carfentanil and medetomidine. So we have a lot of work to do. One thing I will say, Bianca, is that the president of Mexico, Omar Harfouch, they've done a nice job with removing 92 very, very high-level, bad guys to come back to face justice in America. But, of course, the killing of Mencho and obviously, El Jardinero, like these things are really positive. But we have so much work to do. And I'm glad to see that this administration is placing the safety and security of our own citizens first. But let me just say this last thing. I turn it over to Art. But our own lawmakers in America, and our governors and mayors, they're letting out these savages into our streets. They're killing our innocent people. Truck drivers crashing into people. It's insane. So we have our own work to do here, too, Bianca.
That's part of the issue, too. Then Homan's been really clear about that. I love the way you teed it up for Art, Derek. I just also want to understand, though, will Mexico play ball? Because, of course, we understand what the left is doing here, light on, sentencing and letting people out. But Mexico, it's a systemic problem with cartels. I mean, corruption runs rampant. Can we really be that optimistic to think that cartels will finally be weakened? I mean, it's just been a problem for so long, Art, and I know you live at the border. So tell us the bright sides here and what Mexico really is willing and even able to do.
Right. Look, so it's awesome that the secretary is going down there and seeing what's going on and speaking to these individuals firsthand. But we have to remember, look, they've been doing this for a long time. The drug cartels, they've been operating. They've been doing what they do nonstop. There's an all-out war that continues to happen for power. And we're looking at a government in Mexico that is showing that they're serious about going some of the cartels because President Trump and this administration is forcing them to do so. But make no mistake, there's other factors within the cartels. They need to go after all the cartels, not just one particular one, not just show you what they want to show you. And I think that's the problem that we've seen for many, many years, is that you see them go after one, but it seems like certain cartels get a pass. And I mean, I know it's difficult. I know it's hard to go after all of them, but we need to have a no-nonsense approach where we're really, truly going after these cartels and make no excuses on why something happens in one state in Mexico, like Sinaloa, but then something else happens in Tamaulipas. Go after all of them as a whole.
Very different. Final thoughts to you, Derek, on that. What Art just posed. Why is it different from state to state in Mexico?
Well, I mean, the corruption is rampant. I mean, you look at the recent indictment of the 10 individuals to include the governor of Sinaloa, right? Obviously, they've been protecting bad guys forever. So let's see what the Mexican government does about removing those people. Freezing their assets is one thing. We want them back in America to face justice. And the thing is that, look, Bianca, I have been calling for declaring the cartels as terrorists for years. Now that they're terrorists, they should be treated like terrorists. This is ISIS right over our border. This is Al Qaeda. This is Hezbollah. They've killed more Americans than all of them combined. So then what I would suggest is we put a little more pressure on the Mexican government to use military capabilities to decimate their ability to create these poisonous substances in these labs. We know where they are many
That's right.
times.
Yeah.
We have the capabilities, but now we need to take the next step. And I know President Trump will do it, but we need them on board.
Well, you have to wonder, too, if some of that will be discussed behind those closed doors with Secretary Mullin and Sheinbaum, a little bit of a warning shot of what our capabilities are under the letter of the law with that designation. Great points. Art, Derek, I appreciate you both, gentlemen, and we're going to watch the readout from today and tomorrow's meetings there in Mexico. Thank you.